everybody, my name is Jessie and I'm with the Walla Walla YMCA Child Development Department. Today I am doing part 2 of working with tie-dye. In my first video I talked about doing a bullseye pattern and a swirl pattern. I also went over things that you need and tips on how to tie-dye. So if you would like more information on that, you can watch my first video, which is part 1. So today I am going to show you the fold technique, or the, you'll see, and a crumple technique. Now again, the things that you will need is a dye kit, which you can get pretty much anywhere. Again, I get the ones that are just one step, so you don't have to soak them in soda water, or soda ash water. Then I have a paper towel to clean up my hands of excess. I have gloves, plastic wrap, and rubber bands for if I need to make sections. So first thing you want to do, make sure your dye is all good, and make sure to pre-wash the fabric in just a regular cycle. I like to do one that's wet because it makes better patterns. So now I'm going to start making my design. We're going to do the folded pattern. So I'm going to fold it on one side all the way down the edge, and then I'm going to do the other side, fold it all the way down. It is okay if it is uneven, and remember with tie-dye it does not matter if you accidentally make a mistake, because there is no mistakes. You have happy little accidents. Yay. Then I'm going to fold it in half, like so that it looks like this. I'm going to take one rubber band, and I'm going to put it over the end. I like to get all my rubber banding done first before I put my gloves on and start dyeing, because it's less messy that way. Okay, with the crumple shirt, you're just going to crumple it. That's all. You don't need rubber bands. This one's super easy and it's fun. Makes fun patterns. And I will show you all of these after, what they look like. Well, not these ones, but I pre-made some to show you. Okay, now we're going to start working with our dye, and I'm going to put my gloves on because you want to protect your hands. Because otherwise you will get dye all over. One of my dye packets opened up and it got on my hands. You don't want dyed hands, so wear gloves. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to do one color in this one. I'm going to use my blue, and I'm going to spread it all over, getting as much as I can. Now with the dyes, you want to make sure that you have them really mixed, otherwise you'll get little splotches of color that's a little darker in areas, but that's fine. If that happens, it's fine. Getting all over, you want to make sure to get into the creases. If you get some on the table, that's fine. That's why I put a plastic bag or whatever you have underneath. And I am running out. That is fine. So I'm actually going to use an extra color. See, stuff like this happen. Purple. There it is. I'm going to spray it over. Not use too much because I still need it for my other shirt. But this will be a lot of fun. It is not what I had planned, and that's okay. That's the best part about tie-dye. And I'm not going to make sure that all of the white parts are covered, because I think that makes a cooler effect. I'm putting it on the stuff that I already did blue. Again, it's okay if there's some white showing. If you don't want white showing, you put more color on. I'm going to save that. That's what we're going to have. After, I'm going to wrap it up in plastic so that it keeps the moisture in, because you want this to set. On this kit, it says 6 to 8 hours. The longer you can have them set, the brighter these colors will be. Wrap up. on that later, and I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to do my crumpled. As you can see, I kind of got some previous dye on it, but that's okay because I'm using the same colors. And it's good to plan those out. And even if you aren't using the same colors, that's fine. So with this crumple method, I'm just crumpling the shirt up so it'll make a fun pattern. You can use this with how many colors you want. I'm going to use 2 colors today. So I'm going to start out with my base color, which is purple. I'm just going to speckle it on there. You can kind of angle it so that you have a fun speckle and just put it all over, getting it down into those creases, because then the white will be showing, popping out. It'll be fun. Okay, now I'm going to take my red. Not the red and the purple will go really well together. And I'm going to spray it. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. I'm going to spray it all over in the extra parts. And then the colors mix and you have this fun, really cool pattern. Okay, I'm going to flip it over so I can get the other side because it doesn't all the way sink in. I'm going to dab up the leftover stuff, making sure to crumple it some more. I'm going to use the red first this time and spray it on. And then my purple again. Making sure to get it all over. If you want less white, use more color. The more color you use, the more saturated you're going to get. I use a lot of colors. One of these, as you saw, one of these squirt bottles actually used on one shirt. You can use less and you'll have more color. Okay, I don't want it to get too muddled, so that's what I'm going to do on that one. And again, I'm going to cover it with saran wrap. Okay, good reminder, after the saran wrap is done, 6 to 8 hours. See if I can get this off. You're going to wash it in some warm water. Run it in water until the water runs clear. And then you're going to put it in a hot wash in the wash machine using a regular soap, nothing too big. Regular laundry soap. I'm going to cover that later because it's not cooperating. But yeah, and then you'll have your shirts. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the shirts that I've done before and previously, or some of the patterns that I did today. So this is how my folded technique turned out. I was using pink. That was this one, the blue one that we did. That's how that one turned out, and look, they don't all look the same, and that's fine. If you do shirts and they look nothing like mine, that's good. This was a crumple one. I used a dark green and a light green, and that's how that turned out. I love how that one turned out. It's nice and bright, like a line. Okay, and then last week I did the swirl technique and the bullseye. This was my swirl that I showed you on video part 1. That's how that turned out. So the tighter you can get it, and if you can get those colors in, the more tight that swirl is going to be. I kind of like how this turned out though, with the looser swirl. It's fun and unique. This one's my bullseye. All the colors. Lots of fun with that one. And then I've just had a lot of fun kind of experimenting. So this I tried to do 2 swirls. It didn't quite work out, but it's still really cool effect. That's the fun thing. You can just freestyle it and it's still gonna look cool. This one that I'm wearing right now, I decided I wanted to make it look like a watermelon. And you can kind of tell I have green up here and red and little black dots. And it's so cute. I love how it kind of, yeah, magic. Okay, you can do tie-dye with basically anything. I've been experimenting. These were some white jean shorts that I had, and I just did the crumple effect using black and blue, and I love the turnout. So cute and so much fun. Tie-dye is so versatile. And then I've been doing onesies, because you can do anything. This was a double, yes, this was my double bullseye that I did. I did one up here and one down here. So cute! This was another crumple effect that I did with green and orange. Wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. These were my colors that I had left, but it was a happy surprise. And this one, I did a pleat, like the fold, but I did it on top, putting it together. You can't really see the folds, but it's still a really cool effect. And then this one was another swirl that I did. It was one of my first swirls. It's so cute! Okay, that is it. Thank you everybody for joining me. If you want more information about like how to tie-dye, you can look at my first video. We would love to see your creations. If you have in mind, send pictures. Would love to see them. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.